everybody, my name is Harry Jacobs and I am the North of 60 Gamer, and welcome. Today is Good Friday, at least this is when I'm taping it. When it goes out, I have no idea. I am so behind. I have been so busy lately, still recovering a little bit, playing around with my new camera. I just got another new camera, a cheap vlog camera from Kickstarter for way less than what I paid for my Sony, which I'm very, very happy with. I did order an over table arm so that I can get those straight down shots in order to use my Sony, and we're going to improve things as we go along, and I'm looking really forward to producing better quality videos. I'm also going to use the other one as a vlog camera. We are going on vacation, and we're going to take that and we're going to try to do some vlogging while we're on vacation. We are going off to England, so we're going to have to see how that's going to work out, whether or not I'm just going to collect a bunch of video and then edit it all, a bit at a time when we come back, or actually try to do some vlogging and release it as we go. I'm going to have to learn to figure out how to connect that camera to an iPad, or at least be able to sort of transfer files so that I can edit them and get them out. Or the alternative, of course, is just to do it on my iPad. I can record on an iPad and off we go, or my phone and off we go. It's a little pain in the butt, but it can be done. But today we are going to talk about at least 4 games that came in the last week. It's been a pretty bumper crop this week for Kickstarters. I did also get in Rebuild Seattle, which is not on the table because it's already been out and had enough videos, so we're not going to just say, hey, I got it. So that's what we got today. However, we do have a bunch of things on the table, so I'm going to shrink myself down for a minute, and then we're going to talk about what's sort of in and around my table at the moment. So just hang in there. There I am. I threw myself down in the bottom corner for you, and wondering where I'm going to start. There's a couple of games here. First of all, I guess we'll start here with Small City. This is the winter expansion. There we are. By Albin Viard. I don't know much about this game, but it was intriguing to have a city builder, and here it is here, the Small City. It is the deluxe version. Here, let me just move my camera up a little bit here. It is the deluxe version. And there it is here. Small, you are a deputy minister. A deputy minister. I work for the government. You are a deputy mayor in charge of development of one borough of a small city, a city renowned for its progressive election system, which collects votes 8 times per election. Truly embracing the slogan, vote early and vote often. Therefore, you merely have 8 turns to secure enough votes to be elected mayor. And you've got, looks like we have building tiles, we got wooden pieces, banknotes. Really? Banknotes? Oh. And we've got player screens. I missed that because generally I don't buy games with player screens. I don't like to hide stuff. That's me though. That's me. So don't get too upset about that. Next up we got Hijacked. I have no idea what this game is all about. It says it's an eco-friendly game. We've seen that with the spill. That means everything that's basically been packaged here is ecologically friendly and reduced and recycled. And this is from Christian Van Dijk, I hope. 1 to 4 players, 14 and up, says 20 minutes per player. It does say 1 for 4, and this looked interesting. Looks like a plane gets hijacked, and the fact that it had a solo mode was the most interesting. A passenger plane has been hijacked by several hijackers. The airport has been closed off, and the plane is surrounded by police. Efforts should be made as quickly as possible to allow passengers and crew to safely exit the aircraft to persuade the hijackers to surrender. As a negotiator, can you free as many passengers as possible before the police team invades the plane? Sounds like hostage negotiation, but it has dice. I love dice. And I don't know what's going on here. It looks like a bubble pop thing. I have no idea. Passenger cards, a bag. There's 8 dice. Green cubes, communication discs, thumb tokens. number tokens, all kinds of stuff going on here. Just looked interesting. I jumped in at the last minute on this because I wasn't going to bag it, but then there was a solo mode, and I said, okay, great, because it was appealing. I'd like to get hostage negotiator, but it's tough to get, very, very tough to get. And I was wondering, and then what are we doing next? Oh, this is sweet. Distilled. Been waiting for this. Paverson Games from Dave Beck and Eric Everson. And this is distilled. We love distilled products in our house, but you got gold coins, a beautiful first player marker, a shot glass, some coder cards that go with the game, coasters of all the different liquors that you might want to have. We have been to Japan, and we do actually have Japanese whiskey. Japan makes a very good whiskey. One of the distilleries that used to make sake had sent the son over to England to learn how to make scotch, and he did, and they make it the traditional way with peat. And my wife and I did the tour and bought some whiskey, and there it is, distilled. Again, when the 5 players, 30 minutes, age 14 and up. So you could be a 2-hour game. We've inherited an abandoned distillery for a long-lost relative and are tasked with bringing it back to former glory. You will learn recipes and compete in the market for the most prestigious ingredients, bottles, and barrels. You will invest in your distillery upgrades, such as specialists with unique expertise and equipment to streamline your distilling process. That sounds absolutely marvelous. I did have a chance to kind of check it out on, I think, TTS, and I really quite enjoyed this. And my wife and I do love whiskey, though I unfortunately don't really drink anymore, which is a personal choice, because I do have AFib. So not that it stops me, I still run and stuff, but I just started running again, and we're going to just push that off. You can see a bunch of stuff. There we are. Maximum Apocalypse, Wasted Wilds. This is a standalone expansion. I guess yeah. It can be mixed and matched. But look at the size of the box. There's hundreds of cards here. Doesn't really tell you, but 46 map tiles, 54 scavenge cards, wooden tokens, a clock board. So there's I think events in this particular, and you can mix and match, of course. And like always with Rock Manor Games and Mike Nad, we have a Few and a Cursed expansion for it, which adds a new bunch of stuff to this. Is required to play. So this is required to play. We have a time traveler, and we have Allies of the Rapture. So that's pretty cool too. So we've got a ton of stuff. This is one of my favorite all-time Michael Nad games. I love Rock Manor Games. They also do Set a Watch, which has had the third expansion or standalone. So there's three games all doing slightly different things, or 2 games now and 1 game coming, and I can't figure out what my fingers are doing. Maybe they'll just dance. Dancing Phalanges. My wife will like that one because that's from Bones. I think I already showed you Pocket Mars. I got that used on eBay. Looking for a small game to take on the cruise. I haven't quite played it yet, but we're gonna take a look at it because it is a small game. I don't know if these games are gonna get open before I leave on vacation, but we'll see what we can do, especially Maximum Apocalypse. I'm really curious about this one, only because I have the original and I love the original. And the way they built this is really the first, probably, of the type of crawler that we're seeing that, Dungeons of Infinity are using, a little bit of the Tiny Epic Dungeons, where you have tiles out and you just lay them as you go. There's a few games like that around on the market, but I believe this is kind of the one that kicked that off about five. The original one I think is about 5 or 6 years old now. It's one of the first games I did get or backed. But those are what's come into my collection. I have played games like this, so I know that's going to be a good time. Distilled I've played. I know that's going to be a good time. I really do hope that the Hijacked is going to be excellent, and then the Small City. So look for those in the future. Coming up, I just posted. What did I just post? Earth. I did about half of the solo, and you can see my game and my final comments. I paid about a half a game. The computer or the AI, Autobot, whatever you want to call it, Automa, kicked my butt. I had about 20 points mid-game to they're about 80, and I just said, "Tcha." Now I've heard there have been better results, but right out of the box I expected, and I played on the easy mode, so right out of the box I expected at least to do better. But alas, that's the way it goes. Lucidity, I'm going to be doing that one. So we're going to get this up, and then we're going to get the Lucidity going before I go. That definitely, I think, is going to be a game that might go with me on vacation. I think that has some great potential. Anyway, that's it for now. If you kind of like this, well, not if you kind of like, if you like just seeing what I'm buying, this is really just giving you some choices. If you've missed these campaigns or you're looking for games to buy, these are what's coming into my collection. None of these have been given to me. I paid for them. They are mine. To just make a long story short, what I'm asking for, if you find this useful, please subscribe, make some comments down below. It really just shows that you're paying attention and appreciate what goes on here and the information that we are giving you. And so please do that. It is spring in the Northwest Territories. We are finally above zero. Yay! Or we can do it with dance. We are finally above zero today and yesterday. The streets are a abysmal mess because, as you can imagine, our city is not the best at snow removal because it packs down and gets icy. And so we have about a foot of in front of the house. And thank God that I have a full-size SUV with four-wheel drive, because that's not a horrible thing for me, but for other people, not so nice. Anyway, that is it for me. I am out of here. Look for more as I have time to do this. This is a hobby for me, so I only do maybe one video a week, just because of the time it takes, and I have other commitments, and I do still work full-time even though I am a senior citizen. So I'm still contributing to everything in the marketplace. And we are talking about retirement, and we're talking about buying the place that we're renting right now. So who knows what the future holds. Anyway, I'm going to put the swirly subscribe up just to remind you one more time to subscribe. I am out of here. Have a great Easter weekend, or whatever weekend I get this out on. Later, everybody.